Hey guys, Andrew Strout. I'm here in the sideboard. I'm here with Adam Barnett. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty well.
You have shown up this weekend with kind of an old school favorite. A certain 12-12
Yeah.
is making an appearance in your deck.
12-12 with Trample, usually pretty good.
Yeah, for 1 mana.
Yeah, for 1.
Why don't people play more of this card, right? Blue-red Stiflenought,
Yes.
the deck you're playing. So tell me a little about how you arrived at this deck and why you chose to play it.
So, I don't know. I've always liked Phyrexian Dreadnought, and part of the reason that I'm playing it right now is because Death and Taxes is kind of slowed down, and Bug is kind of on its way out.
Okay.
So, Abrupt Decay and Source of Plowshares are the biggest issues with that card.
Okay. So the removal that most people have is basically just burn, right? Lightning Bolt
there's
and
no way they can
other
kill
variants. Okay. All right. And of course, for Phyrexian Dreadnought, the 12-12 for 1 mana. When it comes into play, you have to sacrifice all kinds of things.
Yeah.
There's a line of text on that card that says stuff that we all ignore, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the way we do that is with Stifle.
Yep. Stifle and Vision Charm.
Okay. So you have 4 Stifles and is it 2 Vision Charm?
2 Vision Charms, yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little about how those cards have been for you, like in general. Obviously, when you have the combo, they're sweet.
They're really good. So Vision Charm's like the less used one. Stifle's really good against, like, I've hit Stoneforge Mystics and all sorts of Enter the Battlefields. I ended up stifling a Delver trigger once to win the game. But that's pretty normal. You can also play sort of like hit fetch lands and play sort of a Rug Delver-esque, because I'm playing Wastelands as well.
Sure.
And Vision Charm has 3 modes. There's like changed basic land types, which I haven't used yet, but I really want to get someone with it. There's mill the top 4, which is really good with Treasure Cruise.
Okay.
So I'll mill my top 4 and then cruise, because that's like 5 cards in the graveyard. You can do it on like turn 2.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Dark Ritual in that case.
Exactly.
All right.
It's better than a Dark Ritual, because it nets you 5 instead of 3.
And then of course the third mode, the one that you're
the important one.
the reason you have it in the deck.
Is it phases out Phyrexian Dreadnought, and every single time there's a judge call, because nobody knows what phasing does.
That's fair. I mean, phasing is tricky.
Yeah.
All right. So to sum it up, if the Dreadnought comes into play, the trigger goes on the stack that says sacrifice all these things or sacrifice Dreadnought, and then you phase it out.
Yeah, you can phase it out with the trigger on the stack, or you can just stifle the trigger, and that's how you keep your 12-12.
Okay. So other than the Dreadnoughts and the Stifles and the Vision Charms, this is basically just a blue-red Delver shell, right?
Yeah, it's just blue-red Delver, and a lot of the games, you don't even see the Dreadnought, or you go to game 2 and they're like, why? Where did this come from?
Okay.
So,
all right. So is it basically just surprise value then? Like, what's your reasoning
there's a lot
for
of surprise value to it. It catches people off guard and just wins the game in 2 turns.
Okay.
So.
All right. Let's talk about the sideboard a little bit. Again, the rest of the main deck, just basically the blue-red, the spells we've all seen before.
Yeah.
The Brainstorms, the Force of Wills, the Treasure Cruises.
Yeah.
In the sideboard, you gear up a little higher than I've seen most blue-red Delver sideboards.
Yeah.
You have 2 engineered explosives.
Yeah.
And that's to go with, you have a tropical island in the main, so you can actually make 3 colors with that.
Yeah, if I need to. I haven't had to yet, but
right.
Yeah.
So 2 explosives and then 2 pyroclasms.
Yeah, 2 pyroclasms.
Sweepers out of blue-red Delver.
Yeah, so it's really nice to be able to have a sweeper. It's really good against stuff like, I don't know, Death and Taxes, or against the mirror match, the actual blue-red Delver. It sweeps all their stuff, and I get to keep a 12-12.
Okay. So of course, most blue-red lists can't do this because they're leaning so hard on Young Pyromancer.
Yeah, they're leaning hard on Young Pyromancer and Delver and Swift Spear, and Swift Spear survives it, but nothing else does.
Right. And of course, you have 2 Young Pyromancers. But
yeah, I only have 2. If I did it again, I would run 3.
Okay.
But
just like a slightly more.
It's been really
more
good.
More clocks, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. What are you hoping to play against when you're playing a deck like this?
So far I've played against Infect has been really good because they don't really have any responses, and my clock is faster than theirs.
All right.
I can also block their Infect dudes and kill them, and my creature lives as like an 8/8.
Sure.
So that's pretty good. Storm, I have a lot of my sideboard dedicated to it, and I also have 4 Stifles main board, so that's been a good matchup. I think that's about it. As far as like what I know.
Okay.
I didn't plan for matchups. So.
I gotcha. So just the things you've encountered that were easy were still
deck,
effects.
actually.
Okay, fair enough.
Anything that can't respond to the Dreadnought right off, I can usually get them.
All right. So basically, decks that don't have removal for the Dreadnought. I take it then that decks that do have it. You mentioned that Sultai was kind of on the downfall, which would mean that Abrupt Decay is the big problem.
Yeah,
for you?
Abrupt Decay and Swords to Plowshares are the two big problems. Swords to Plowshares isn't really a big problem because sitting at 32 life is pretty nice.
Sure.
So.
All right. So like you're hoping then to avoid, I guess, Sultai and Jund?
Yeah, and Rug Delver has actually done a number on me today because I can't really handle Goyf. That's another hard thing.
Sure.
Because none of my cards can deal with it. The Pyroclasm doesn't help. It's just bad.
I mean, you can go bigger than a Goyf with a 12-12, I guess. But
Yeah,
they're pretty well
exactly.
equipped to keep you from pulling that combo
Yeah,
off, I
yeah.
suppose. All right. Well, so we're in round, was it 12 we just finished?
Yeah, I think so.
So deep into day 2, you're making a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting down with me, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stick around. We've got plenty more coverage coming of the Legacy Open here in Philly.